Hi, I'm Mash Bonigala. I'm a brand strategist and creative director at Spellbrand, a leading branding agency. In today's case study, we're looking at a fast food kind of brand, a Pan-Asian futuristic fusion kind of fast food brand. And this particular project, I love it because fast food is a um, is a sector where you have a lot of potential for branding, right? You can create visuals, you can create a visual language, and that's exactly what we did for this client. And it's a pleasure sharing this with you. So let me jump straight in. Let me talk to you about the strategy behind the ideas, the designs themselves, the implementation, and so on and so forth. Pecking Tales is a fast food restaurant. It's a cosmopolitan fast food restaurant serving international fusion food in Singapore, Hong Kong, New York, London, and a lot more coming. And as you can imagine, it was a pleasure working with these guys. And let me just, first let me show you just what they represent, and then we can sort of look at the actual strategy and the design and all that. I don't know if you can hear um, the music, but yeah, this is a stylistic kind of. Let me just move it ahead so you can see. Yeah, that's the guy who runs the show, and is a super chef, quite talented, with a unique idea on developing recipes that are fusion based, cooking them. As you can see, yeah, they got the, let me see, do they, yeah, these are the uniforms, and I'll show you more designs, more images where we're looking at, look at that, look at the fusion based kind of recipes. And yeah, that's the design we created. We got that menu system going. Okay, so let me stop right there and let me continue. But let's start with the website first. So we created a kick-ass looking website. Just look at that. And you can see here Pecking Tales. That's the logo. There's a small bird. The color palette, the clean layout, the beautiful kind of rendering, the images. And as you can see here, a secondary kind of design with an official pattern. We got the P, and yeah, it's got a different meaning. We got flags coming in there. This is the private events page, directions, some of the menu items. We got the drinks section, private dining, weddings, and so on. Okay, so the design, the brand identity itself. So we got the speech bubble to represent tales, stories, and then we got the bird, which is also tales, and that became Pecking Tales. And then you got the stacked version on the left, and then you got on the right, you got the horizontal version, and you can see on the t-shirt, we've developed a visual language, an official brand pattern that sort of brings in the chatting, the tales, and that's a bowl actually. On the right hand side, that's a bowl of noodles in this. Yeah, you can see that there is some kind of a smoke going up. It's all abstract, but that's what it's represents. So this is talking about stories. This is people sharing food and sharing stories, swapping stories over some nice food, a glass of wine. You know, this is friends coming together. So that's what we wanted to bring out, because that's the vision of that brand, vision of that of the owner of that brand. And so we wanted it to be modern, and at the same time we wanted to communicate a message. So the whole idea of the brand identity is people sitting around bowls of food and swapping stories, and I think we conveyed that really well. And the color palette is quite simple. We try to minimize the color palette. As you can see here, a street sign, business cards, and look, more brand element ideas, the secondary brand element ideas. Now, on the left-hand side, you got the primary logo, right? And you got the secondary logo there, the food folklore with their tagline. And then on the right-hand side, a brand implementation of the logo showing some of the dishes. So you got the Japanese yakitori, you got the Thai spring rolls, American food, Indian chicken tikka, and it just shows through, right? On the left-hand side again, a horizontal version. There's a menu item at the entrance of the restaurant, of one of the restaurants. I think this is the Singapore branch, and the app also, and look at that. So these are secondary elements that play on top of the primary element. You got the P, and we got Pecking Tales, and then we're saying, what will you try today? So we came up with that whole strategy, positioning this brand, and you got the apron here. What will you try today? And Singapore, what will you try today? Thailand, so on and so forth. New York, London, and there. That sign again, what will you try today? So as you can see, I mean, this is not your average kind of logo. This is a brand identity. This is a visual identity, visual language, implementing it and going the whole 9 yards, including the website and all that. When you're creating a brand identity, whether you are a small fast food restaurant or a huge fast food chain like this one, I mean, this is London, New York, Singapore, Hong Kong, they've got branches everywhere, right? You need to take your brand identity to the next level. For some ideas, I'm going to leave a link to this case study below this video and go and check it out. I just sort of rushed through because I didn't want to spend a ton of time on this video. I wanted to keep it, below 10 minutes and just quickly show you. The important thing is to understand that strategy is the starting point, and from there you got to devise a brand identity system, a system which starts with your core primary logo design, and then you got the secondary logo design or the secondary brand mark, and then official brand pattern, and then you got other bits and pieces depending on the usage. Now you might think for an average brand, yeah, what you saw is a bit too much, there's too many elements, but not for a fast food restaurant, right? So if you're a financial institution, yes, this is a bit too much, but if you're a fast food restaurant, if you are in the luxury kind of lifestyle sector, then yes, you need to have a lot of elements that lift your brand in different touch points. Of course, you're not using them here. You've seen them all in one space, right? Because this is a presentation, this is a case study, but typically they are used strategically in different places, and they give that level of branded effect. So I hope you love those images. It was a blast of a project. We loved working on it. If you have any questions, if you're a fast food joint, and if you have questions, just leave a comment below. If you're rebranding or if you're new kind of fast food restaurant you're launching, and if you have questions, just leave them or hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @Bonigala, and check out more of case studies on our website. It is spellbrand.com/work. And yeah, take inspiration from it. Take your brand to the next level. Talk to your brand identity designer or your brand strategist and say, we need layers of meaning with our identity and with our strategy so that it connects, it creates that branded effect at different touch points so that your target audience can really connect with you, and you're creating that kind of brand awareness, the brand recall. Okay, I will stop. But till my next case study, take care.